This is Eli James. We're back here with another heads up video. This is one I did with Joshua Purney again. So we're just going to get right into it. Standard raise here. Just go ahead and take the pot down. Alright, so he finally raises. We could 3-bet, could call. Stacks are deep, so calling is fine. I think I decided to lead out. If I check, he can be betting out with plenty of hands, and I'd probably be forced to fold. So I'd say my best bet at winning the pot there would be to just go ahead and lead out. He min raises, and generally when people are min raising, when they raise the absolute minimum amount, generally they're doing it with very strong hands, because it's very easy for you to get the correct odds and in the pot to call. Raising with the kings, kind of a dangerous board for kings, but he can be calling with plenty of single paired hands and plenty of straight draws that haven't been made yet. You can go ahead and raise this one, or go ahead and bet this one. So that's what I did, and he's going to call again. And so he probably has a paired hand, which probably won't call a bet. Okay, so I said he's calling with the gut shot. So he probably wouldn't have called a bet. So when the name of the game is, when you cannot get better hands to fold, and you can't get any worse hands to call you, then you just shouldn't be betting. And so here he's betting. You could raise, but it's folding's not fine, or folding's fine there. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see, what do I do here? Okay, so I raised. If he 3-bets, I'm going to be 4-betting. I believe a check back here. Definitely want to mix up your play. There's a lot of times I'm going to be leading out with a pair of aces here. So now at this point you got to start betting, or else you're just giving up value. So if he doesn't, he's either going to call or he's not going to call. So it's just a spot where you have to bet and see if he calls or raises. And plus, even if he raises, I have the flush draw. If he has me beat somehow there, well, actually, yeah. So if he only has an 8, then I have the flush draw there. So I decided to 3-bet. When your opponent's raising a lot of hands, you're gonna want to 3-bet a lot of hands, because the range that he's betting with is definitely going to be with a lot more weaker hands than strong hands. So you'll be able to pick up pots like that. So here I go ahead and bet with the top pair and the backdoor flush draw, and he folds. Let's see. Just go ahead and just start just talking in the game. I think that's why it didn't take. I think that's why it took a long time. All right, so he goes ahead and re-raises. So he 3-bets. I decided to go ahead and try 4-betting. I hadn't 4-bet this whole match, and I don't think I 4-bet quite a whole lot with the hands that we played together, and I haven't done it with a very weak range. So it made sense to me that I could try 4-betting, see if he's 3-betting light. And he leads out here. I want to keep up my image of strength, because when I 4-bet, I'm going to be having a lot of pocket pairs that might have hit sets here, might have hit top pairs, like ace king, ace queen. I could also be 4-betting ace 10 Ace 8 is likely, but not as much as those other hands. He re-raises, and at which point he has it, so I'm folding. Here, if he raises, I'm just folding. The hand's not very playable, and I just made a pretty wild bluff last hand, so he's not likely to give me a whole lot of credit. Again, here another unplayable hand. I guess you could play 5-9, but I didn't decide to. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold 10-4. It's okay to fold hands on the button, just not a whole lot, because when your head's up, you either have to play or you lose. So you're going to be wanting to get it in with a lot of hands. I decided to re-raise Ace 10, that's fine. Ace high could be good here a lot. You could be calling with King 10, King Queen, what else? Queen 10, Queen 8. A lot of hands that'll have straight draws there, and are going to want to continue. Raising with 2-7, clearly just want to pick up the pot. You know, I don't think it's a great hand, obviously. And so I'm betting here. And I'm gonna be betting again, trying to get him to fold. And he does. And I decided to show him, just to get him a little tilted. I guess I could call there, but it's fine. Folding's fine too. Folding's okay in that spot. I'll go ahead and raise it to King 10. Could c-bet this. Instead check. King high could be good here. The 6 on the turn makes it more likely that King is good, because it's less likely that he has a paired hand. He could be calling me with a lot of King highs as well, a lot of Queen highs, and so paired draws. It's possible that he has a 4, and now he's been counterfeited. So if he has something like Queen 4 or something like that, then I'm good. I decided to overbet here, because it's gonna, and actually this was a bet that I made with the intention of getting called by a worse hand. I felt like it was possible that he had a worse King high, or I'm sorry, not a King high. It was possible he had Queen highs. I thought it was possible he had maybe like a 4 that got counterfeited, and he's just being stubborn. And I thought it was also possible that he could be folding some ace highs, and that if he had either end of the full house, he was probably going to raise me, and at which point I would just fold. Here, I bet and called. The 7 is kind of a bad card, because it brings in the 8-9, 4-5 straight draws. 8-9 or 4-5 got there. I bet, and he raises. And it kind of sucks, because I was looking at this hand when I was playing it, and 4-5 and 8-9 were hands that I had put him on. He did really well at playing it fast, and you know, kind of confusing me. And he goes ahead and bets, and it's a very value bet looking hand. And Josh has actually gotten better at bluffing, where he bets his hand and C as the 5-4. He's gotten better at bluffing where his bet sizes are the same as bet sizes he would make with hands he wants to get called by worse on. So he's betting with his strong hands the same way that he's betting with his weak hands. So it's making it harder for me to read him. But it kind of stings there as I'm pointing out when I'm typing in the video, that it kind of stings more when I put him on the hand that he has, and then I call anyway. And I just go ahead and fold there. No reason to get out of line. calling or raising is fine here. And flopped a great hand. The board's coordinated, so I think it's good to play fast on this. There's flush draws. He could have a 9. He could have even something like Ace King that might continue here, knowing that the board is coordinated. So I could have flush draws or straight draws here. And just go ahead and fold for Jack 5, it's fine. Three bet with the King 9, and we flop a gut shot. So I decided to c-bet this. C-bet meaning continuation bet, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know. And I am starting to bet. And he overbets. So he could be bluffing, but I think that any hands that he's bluffing with there would probably have a lot of chances to win on the river if they are beating us. So folding is fine there. And go ahead and bet with the backdoor flush draw. Ace high can be good here. And he just folds. When you see a board that's paired, like a King 6 board, it's really easy for you to be able to bluff your way to winning those pots, because it's just very unlikely that your opponent has much. And when he calls, it's possible that he's calling with Ace high, Queen high, really marginal hands with very weak ranges. So it's very easy for you to be able to pick up pots on paired flops without a really strong hand. Go ahead and raise it up with the King 6, or the 9-6 anyway. And at this point we're just representing the ace, and so he's calling. And when he calls on a board like that, he generally has it, because it's very unlikely for him to have a hand. So when he calls, his floating range is kind of it's non-existent, I'd say, at that point, because it's very likely that when I'm raising pre-flop that I'm going to be betting out when I have the ace. So it's hard for him to call without a good hand. Raising up with King 6 or King 8. And I'm going ahead and bet with my backdoor flush draw on paired 8. It's okay to check back here. And I show it down. Luckily, he had the very bottom of his calling range with the 8. Could 3-bet, could call. He's been raising it a little bit bigger than usual. He's been raising it 4 times the big blind. So I'm just staying cautious at this point, until I figure out exactly what kind of ranges he's raising 4 times the blind with, because there's other times where he's just calling, or he's raising 3 times, and so I'm just trying to figure out what exactly makes the distinction. I check raised here with the gut shot, because he folded the last time, and so I hit my straight, and I'm making a bet here, same bet that I would make with a lot of my bluffs, and okay, so he's in position. So we can bet here. What does he get called? What hands that are worse does he get call us with? Well, he called our check raise very quickly, so he could have a king or he can have an ace, and I believed that since he called quickly, he doesn't have the full house, and he just called with a pair. So he does, and he goes ahead and ends up catching 3 9s on the river, which is just unfortunate for him. I could definitely be bluffing there. And so I'm raising it up with the ace 10. Stacks are really short at this point, so there's no hands that I'm going to be re-raising this that I'll just end up folding. I'm not going to be raising this and then folding, so getting it all in is the best plan. He calls with the worst ace and doesn't hit his 9, so we end up winning. Hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know if you'd like anything else, like a pot limit Omaha or something else. See ya!